There you go. We're live. How you going, everyone?
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. To Jay's Shed.
My tissue paper shed.
His hangout.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I got to turn my phone down because I keep hearing myself. And it's two echoes.
Yeah, I closed down everything I had. Hello, Steve. Job.
How you going, Steve? Eva, Jop's name is Justin, so you call him whatever.
Well, it says Job there, so I say Job.
Yeah.
How did I got the wrong window, I think, up in here. Oh.
What time is it there?
What time is it?
Yeah, wherever everyone is, yeah.
It's only 3:22 where I am in the middle of the morning.
9:22 Eastern Standard Time.
Oh. Time travelers. Welcome.
Yes.
We are in the future in Australia.
Well, I mean, it's the great British TV series that's known worldwide in 11 languages. Some of the shows, Doctor Who, and they broke the rules. And the Doctor was actually a woman for a couple of seasons, which was really interesting.
I thought that was awesome, but I never got to see them seasons, and I'm so because they cut it off from Netflix, and I hated that. Just when it started getting interesting, they take it out on Netflix, and we just have it sporadically, now and then on Swedish television here. So I can't find it anywhere. I can't follow it anymore.
Well, I get it on Prime. Amazon Prime carries the BritBox, or the British TV shows. If you buy the you can get all the British by buying the BritBox subscription, and you get all the Doctor Who's from the beginning and all my favorite shows. That's my favorite to watch.
I love it when Tennant, that guy, when he was the Doctor. Those were the best episodes, I think, those seasons. But the guy that came after, I kind of liked him too. I forgot his name now. But I love the show, Doctor Who. It's a real funny thing. And everybody keeps saying, it's a kid show. It's not a kid show. It's nice.
No. I think what's unique is that it keeps the young people happy, not little kids, but the young people happy with the sci-fi twist of being able to have time travel. But then they don't catch the nuances that are written in the script for the British humor. And some doctors have a dry humor, and
but they are funny.
Some of the characters, yes.
So fast. So today we have Robo doing the production line for us.
Being a production turner.
Hi, Steve.
Yeah, how you doing, Steve? Yeah, Robo's got this big order of lengths to turn out, so he's being a production turner.
Yeah, we should almost mute him because it's very noisy. Oh, he muted himself because of that. Yeah, he heard us. Sorry, Robbo.
Yeah, I got to meet one of the doctors when they were filming a season here in our Midwest, and
Oh, nice.
it was all by accident because I was busy on, I forget what it was another project I had to do, and I ended up staying at a hotel where a lot of the crew was staying, and they were shooting out in the desert, and I was invited to join them in the pub and meet some of the actors that were there and the director and that was a lot of fun.
Oh, I bet it was.
To me, I was more interested in getting the signal because where we were at was the low end. I won't say low end hotel, but they weren't the $200 a night suites like the doctor and all the lead stars. This is the camera people, sound people, the director
Yeah.
and the dolly crew, where they stuck them in two to a room, nice sized rooms, but two to a room. But boy, they knew ahead of time they were coming, and they got the British beer in there, and then they found out that they wanted some of the American beers. So there was an argument always over who had the best beer.
Yeah, that can be an argument going long. I found Samuel Adams does some nice beers. Oh, look at the shaving he got there. Oh la la.
Yeah.
It gets the long curly ones. Oh, I like the shape of that lamp. It's got a nice curve on it.
Yeah, Jay is getting ready on his shop, but he wasn't quite ready yet, so wanted to start on time. And
At least we're watching a Turner.
yeah.
Yeah, those are nice lamps. I don't dare have any lamps like that, though, because my cat will knock them over. I need to secure them to the table first. I need to kind of glue them there or screw them there. I know my cats by now. We used to have like a 7-armed Christmas light we put up in the window. It's electrical. And the first time I put up it, when I had my cats, when I have moved, and so I could have it in the window for exactly 3 seconds. Then the cats went up there, were interested, what's that? And then spilled it to the floor. It landed on the top light and broke the whole thing. And then I kind of like, okay, I can't have that.
Yeah.
And we have an tradition of hanging up glowing stars in the windows 4 weeks before Christmas. And I had a metal one with holes in it. And the cat jumped up to that too and hanged in it for a while, but it hung there so it didn't broke at least. So, and after that, she didn't jump up there anymore because I think she hurt her claws because of that. So it was painful hanging there. But she was curious, so she had to do that. So okay then. But it's like you can't have certain flowers on flower pots in certain space in the windows. The cats want to sit there and look out. So if you put the plant there, it's going to knock it down because the cat want to sit there every time.
Well,
so you have to leave that space alone for the cat.
I've only had one experience with a cat, and if neighbor brought one by when I was just a kid. My mother said, "Oh, we'll watch him." And the first thing it did is hit the hand knitted or crocheted curtains. The real fine ones that, like in the 30s, that people would make their curtains. And decided this is perfect because they can climb up the curtains.
Yeah.
and then they got playing and jumping and ripped them, and the cat went
Oh,
outside quickly.
that was a
I
bummer. I only had one cat that likes to go onto curtains, actually.
Well, in the case of beer, to answer the question, yeah, I agree. America probably has some of the worst beers there is in the country. Though I didn't believe that until, see, that would have been 70.
When you
Yeah,
tasted one.
the summer of 70, I was in Nam, and a group of us were able to get a 2 week R&R. That's rest and relaxation. It's like an unaccountable vacation, and went with C-147, hitched our ride from where we were in Thailand to a couple of stops in India and someplace else, but ended up in Germany. And understood when I got there the reason why, because it was Oktoberfest. And that was 2 weeks of someone bringing me back and putting me in bed. The German beers and ales.
German
Oh,
beers in October, they are not to play with, and the sizes of the glasses.
oh yeah.
It's like 3
And
beers in one glass.
all being GIs, and you buy your mug when you're in the town. And that's those mugs are made there in the town, so it's a souvenir if you don't go smashing it.
Yeah.
And then after that, you could have it filled at half full or all the way full, whatever, that was, and you paid as you went. And if you paid for the prepaid mug, it had a metal top that went up and down over it on the stein to keep the dirt out and keep the head in. And I learned all this in 2 weeks, just being uh, a dummy 20-year-old, just turned 20. 2 weeks of drinking and finding myself on the floor, and a bunch of my buddies that I went with on bed in a hotel room, or
Those were
oh,
the days. Those were the days, indeed.
oh yeah. Out of all the time of spending in Southeast Asia, that vacation and the one that was, oh, about 7 months later, was that I went to Australia for a 1 week on a special mission, but it was training. And there, the beer was different. Didn't Well, we're broadcasting from Australia, so I don't want to knock their beer, but I'll tell you the beer the Germans had that they served us, an ale. Oh, it was something else. And you can't buy it. I mean, today, I don't know
Yeah, but
anywhere that you can go buy it because it's bottled, and the stuff we had was never bottled. It
yeah,
was
but
right out
but
of the keg.
there is companies that actually do release October beer. German companies that actually do that. So they have this special batch they make for just October. So it's just seasonal beer, so to speak, and then you can't get it the rest of the year. So
Yes,
that's the way they do it now, I think.
but we're limited here to the amount of alcohol content you can have in the beer. I mean, compared to Canadian beer, we have colored water.
That's the joke I keep hearing. What is the resemblance between American beer and a canoe? And then the
And a
answer will
canoe.
be, yeah. And the answer is they're bad word close to water.
Oh, yeah, the Canadian beer has higher alcohol content.
The alcohol can't. If it's too high, it's not nice to drink it though. So it's a balance you need to keep there.
Yes.
It should taste nice also, because for me the alcohol content of the beer is not interesting. It's the taste that I want to have. if it tastes nice. But Germany is so funny if you travel around there, because all the little towns have their own little microbrewery. So you get different beer in different town, and it's usually quite nice.
So don't
So
do
what
a pub crawl. Don't do a pub crawl in Germany because you won't live to see it. See the end of it.
They're saying I did it for 2 weeks during Oktoberfest. I used to call it Oktoberfest, and I kind of learned about the third night of doing that in Germany that you don't do it. I was bathed in beer and thrown in a creek.
Well, it's dangerous times, October.
I stumbled into the creek. That's what I told the CO.
But you didn't fall asleep there because you're still here.
That was when I was young and foolish.
Now
Just
you're
turned
just foolish, you
21.
mean.
That's not
Yeah.
nice either. Bloody hell, mate.
Well, he's
No,
not
not
old
when you
in that
get-
sense.
It's called senile when you get old.
Same
Then I get
thing.
like this, because I have, yeah, but senile itself, the word only mean old. So if you want to have the forgetfulness, you have to add the dementia, actually, because
Eccentric?
senile itself means old.
Yeah.
Eccentric
I'm
or
picky
whatever
with
it is.
that, since I'm trained to work with old people, so that's why I'm
Because
so picky there.
You're only as old as you feel and as young as you act.
Yeah.
As young as you touch.
Yeah, but if
Touch.
it's too young, you can go to jail for touching.
Oh, right. Amber's 9 years younger than me.
Oh, Steve thinks it's funny too.
Okay.
I got a point from Steve.
Am I
Huh?
missing stuff here?
So what are you making tonight? You haven't said.
Yes,
Oh,
I
no,
wanted to.
no one's asked, so I haven't bothered to say.
Okay, Jay, over to you.
I'm not telling you now. Bugger off.
You're going to do a lamp like Robo.
No, hell no. You've just watched the quality, now you're watching the not so quality.
Well,
You're not
he's
going to
a
make that into a finial, though, are you?
I'm not making
No.
finials today, no.
Not
No.
with that kind of knot in it. That's a feature.
That would
Yeah,
be the finial. That would just pop that out and make that the finial.
Maybe.
Oh,
Now I've got I trimmed up my my rosemary bush the other day because it's growing too elongated. I wanted more of a bush, so I trimmed all the tops off of it, and I stuck them in some water, and I'm going to grow roots on them, and I'm going to make some little pots for them.
Oh, you're going to make flower pots, finally.
Just little pots, or even just container, and I stuff the plant in it with a bit of dirt and give it to Aurelie, you know.
uh-huh. You're going to put a
Nope.
drain hole in the bottom?
Yeah, exactly where I wanted to go.
Isn't that what the wood is?
No.
A drain hole.
I will, yes. Yes, I will.
All good, then.
Well, we got one comment here I agree with. That does not find a woman that's 5 years younger.
Maybe that's why I'm usually looking for younger men, because I want to feel younger then. That's the way it is. I did see your comments though, Jap, with the actually prefer light beer too, though. So, have I forgot to say hi to anybody in here? No, it's Nick, Jap, and Steve. Or Jamie, was it? Or yeah, something like that.
I need to have a list of names and handles.
Yes.
My short-term memory isn't that good. Though I do have pills for it, I can't believe how many a day I take now.
Yeah, but if you're not activating your memory, it will drain. That's the thing. They say you should do word puzzles and stuff to keep your brain up.
I have heard that, though I've never in my life been good at word puzzles.
But also you can do like memory games online if you like a bit of gaming.
Yeah, I need to do something because they keep at the VA testing me for my memory loss, and they say I haven't had any in, I'm at the same scale I was 15 years ago. But they accredited it at the time to the depression from being a POW, and then another doctor in a different hospital said it was the Agent Orange, because that's one of the symptoms of people who were contaminated for a couple of years, is memory loss. But the only way of knowing if that's right or not is they got to cut their head open and take a sample. But they've done enough sampling in my body to know that I was Agent Orange poisoned.
But it's a lot of things that can actually interfere with your memory. It doesn't just have to be old age. I know for women, for sure, it's when you hit menopause, it's fiddled with your brain a lot, and with all the hormone losses and stuff like that, and it changed everything. And yeah, that's where, and also I have my thyroid gland problem, so that's also mixing with the brain because your hormone levels and stuff like that. Oh, but why would I do that, Nick? I think Nick when I think about the Flaming Turner. Yay,
No.
are you having YouTube on at the same time? Oh, he's focused. He's not going to answer that. Yep.
What's going on?
I asked if you had YouTube on besides StreamYard because you heavy feedback.
No.
Not anymore, at least. I'm trying to learn to say jump. I think I said jump the right way now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like someone's got a phone up there.
Yeah.
That's where the echo's coming from.
Yeah, I have no extra, and I have muted the YouTube live and only watched to StreamYard, so I feel very innocent in this. Yeah, we can live with the echo, can't we? You hear me extra well then? Haha, haha.
You rat bag.
So I have absolutely gone in to be a vampire, they say. They start to call me the vampire. But I have some office work to do. I can do that meanwhile I'm here. It's okay.
Yep.
But you're not in the StreamYard live, yup. So it can't be you at all. You can watch in how many channels you like. I'm just gonna print something here. And hope there's enough paper in the printer. that? Oh, that was that. Thank you, Mr. Printer. Is it bad tonight, Nick? Have you been doing something you shouldn't? And here comes the lad.
I'll tell you, that's a heck of a recommendation for watching this show this evening. It'll put you to sleep. Well, that's easy. I'll help you. Gaze into the wood. Do you see the brown parts moving? The right one is going opposite direction than the left one, but it's the same piece. Look into it. They're going opposite directions. You see, when he puts his hand down, it pauses slightly. He's controlling the wood. Close your eyes. That'll be $6.95. I take Blue Cross Blue Shield and most medical cards.
Are you commentating now, Dr. Bob?
Hello, Bailey.
How you going, Bailey?
No, Mr. Hot Stuff was saying that he couldn't sleep, so he was going to sit back and watch you turn. So I was helping him fall asleep.
1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep, 4 sheep.
I'll make the pieces of wood go flying so it wakes him up, alright?
So I guess Stacey's sleeping then tonight. Oh, were you sleeping, Steve? It was mesmerizing, Rob. It was mesmerizing.
I found it unique because it looked like half was spinning in one direction, opposite the other half, and they're connected. It's just due to the way that knot's in there.
Yep.
It's an illusion. And now in his bare hands,
Yeah, right.
he's going to hit the bench, the lathe bed with it, and watch
I'm
it
gonna
break.
my bare hands. Bare hands.
Ah,
Nick needs to stop to sleep before he starts sounding. He gets too excited then.
yes, it's really a fascinating illusion that cameras can have. It used to be more in motion picture cameras and early TV cameras. It's the speed of the frame interval between them and how your brain and eye synchronize with them. You can get the illusion of spinning in opposite directions.
It makes me think about the spinning disc they had in the days before.
Yes. A
Or the
Zeotron.
movies.
I dare say that will come back. Good afternoon, everybody. It's in. I haven't been watching because I've been working, but it's about 20 years ago. They were playing. The big fad was using strobe lights to stop the work while you turned it, so that you could see how you were going. How's that? I'll bet that'll be the new fad now.
Yeah. That one no good for epileptics though.
Yeah, because the circuit you can buy out of China for a couple of bucks to do that. And then you just tie it to your own light. But yeah, the strobe light's the expensive thing to get because LEDs won't strobe.
No, that's right.
I
Are you
remember when
going? Oh, he going back to work. See you later, Jop.
See you, Jap.
See you, John.
join tomorrow night. Hypnotism number 2. Bring a pillow for your feet this time and put them up and relax.
I don't know if his boss would like that too much. He's at work.
Yeah, I years ago used to have a strobe light, and unfortunately, in moving, it didn't get back too well and broke, and never did get it fixed.
Okay.
But that was fun. You could actually stop stuff spinning on a lathe, or better yet, it was designed for automotive work, for timing, the big
Yep.
engine in trucks.
I'm going to be noisy again. I hope it doesn't make too much noise. You can barely hear the printer, can you?
No, I can't hear it.
No. But, that's simple. You're so far away from him. I mean, if you started drilling straight down, you might get to him quicker than I could going around the globe.
And now I'm back with you guys again.
I keep getting pieces of his shirt, the NG. Trying to
The
figure out
king.
what it is.
I think it says
He's
king.
So he's a
That's-
monarch.
Yep, tonight he's a monarch.
King Turner.
It sounds like a fish. I'm sorry, Jay.
You like that one, Eva?
Ah, I'm
Hold on.
sorry, but yeah,
I'll put her on
sorry. Yeah,
Are
I
you the-
know. I saw that.
Yeah. Are you the king of the household? Or you just think you are?
No, it says her king.
Her king.
Yeah,
Oh, so you're Amber's king. That's the thing.
yeah,
She's
I
your queen.
see.
yeah. That's it.
Does she have a queen shirt?
No, she just knows it.
Does she like Queen, the rock group?
Yeah.
I guess you've lost it. You've got a monarchy in your house.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's a butterfly.
You ready, Freddie? All right.
You stalled it?
Yeah, it's on belts. It's all right.
going fast. So my paperwork are secured. Why do I put it there? I need to put it elsewhere. Okay, there for now. I start to feel like I'm a secretary.
There's an unpaid one too, by the way.
That's pretty hard wood. Either that or your bitch dull.
It's just pine. I'm pretty sure it's just pine. I could be wrong, but
Well, that should be soft, but it's end grain.
That would be interesting when it comes to the knot there. Or have you already been that far?
Can you hear me, Joe,
yeah,
or not?
only just though, Robbo.
Yeah, right. I've got to shut it down.
All right.
I've got something else to do. All right. I'll catch you later. Bye.
Okay.
See you.
Have a good day. Come here and say hi to a woman that's in Scandinavia. Come on, join us for a minute.
Hi from Scandinavia.
Yeah, I'm trying to get. He's got school online, so well, not quite till tomorrow, of course. But he wants to get his gaming in. So, and
Yeah, the gaming is important.
He's got 2 minutes before his internet gets turned off.
Oh, you go doing it that hard way.
Yeah, once in a while you got to show him you actually do what you claim. I can program every item that has internet connection. I see it on an app, and I can go and I have them all labeled, and I can set time on, time off, all sorts of stuff, 7 days a week. I can even set adult or program amateur. What do they call it? Set it up so as it's for kids. What age group? Young adults, adult.
Yeah.
In order to see if the show or whatever they're doing or game is appropriate.
Yeah, some of the games can be quite scary if you're too young.
Yeah.
But there's loads of, like, say when they're 15, 16, they want to play the 18-year-old peg games.
Yeah.
So actually I have been kind of, nobody had, but then I've been old enough all the computer years, so I didn't have any problems there. But I think I would also be like to playing them for all the kids. You don't care so much about the gore and the blood actually in that age. I didn't do that. I didn't care so much for that. It wasn't something scary like that. You understood it was just TV. It was not real.
Yeah. I agree.
So in that sense, it was not a problem, I think. But watching yours when you were 7 years old, that was not good.
No. That's why I like the TV show we had here with public television called Sesame Street. They were age appropriate, educational, won a ton of awards, and is still winning them globally. Sesame Street, I think, last I heard, it's like in 9 languages and more coming.
But we had our own in Swedish, like that, but it's not as big. But I think later, though, we have got Sesame Street, but it's dubbed to Swedish.
Yes, they. That's something that the universities here do. It's a form of it's educational. People learning to do dubbing and rewriting scripts for languages, but you have to have been there because there's nuances that you have to put in when you're doing something for kids in a foreign language. So you
Oh
got to have the
yes,
right
yes.
nuance, and you have to have the right references. If you know you're going down to City Hall, okay, what do you call it, and how at your age is what they want it to be,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's
Disney was
rewriting the
that hard.
script, and they go to school to learn that. Kids do and get credit for it, and it's
Yeah,
all
and
nonprofit.
but that's he's burning it.
Yeah. Well, it could be smoke or it could be steam. If it's really wet wood, it could be steam.
Yeah, yeah, maybe that though. But it looks a bit black in the edge, what you can see there. Or maybe it's just teasing the eye. Okay, it's wet wood then. Okay then, Jay.
Yeah.
Ah, okay then. Not half wet, half dry.
Yeah, pine can have a lot of water in it. But the neat thing is that when it dries out and as a bowl or a cup, it'll purposely bend and warp a little.
Yeah, and the resin in the pine are kind of
But
depends on what you have to.
it was originally a pallet bearer, so it's completely dry.
Oh, okay. So you could very easily be smoking it.
It looked smoked.
But yeah, but not in a pipe or a paper either.
Yeah, but look at the drill there. It's so dark there. The dust there on the drill. It's so brown. Yeah.
Just don't touch the bit. Don't touch it. You'll burn yourself.
Then it
Don't
would
use
say,
a nylon. Yeah, don't use a nylon brush on it. It might melt the nylon. I know, I've done that.
yeah, experience are good.
Yes. I won't say I got a cut. I got an abrasion today. One layer of skin got peeled off because I had my hand in where I shouldn't.
Well, there you go.
Well,
You got punished for that.
yeah, you learn the hard way. And then I had to think,
Yeah.
how am I going to get around this? Because I got to sand this. I made an emerging bowl, emerging bowl from a single piece of wood.
And now I have to try and figure out what that looks like in my little head so I get the word. Is it like something that grows or is it getting smaller?
No, it's actually as if it melted into the piece of wood itself. So you see the bottom of the bowl. When you turn it, and you have the bottom stick down out of it, but it's a block of wood that you do it with, a big block of wood. And then you leave this lip, that square, all the way around it, and then you have the lip of the bowl coming out on top of it. Go to my Facebook page and find it.
I need to find you on Facebook. I don't think I have you on my Facebook. Are we friends there? I tried to friend Robo once, but apparently he didn't like me there, so he kicked me out again.
Oh,
but
he's not online.
Yeah, that's okay.
But I'm easy to find. It's Robert Elliott. It's very British, so there's 2 L's and 2 T's, and it is the number 2 after the word Elliott, no space. Now, Facebook will see that in their sort
I
algorithm.
See the one. Oh, you must be the guy that I get up first at the American University, Thailand.
Yes.
Lives in Michigan.
That's me.
Oh, but you have actually asked to be friend with mine, and I haven't even answered you. How rude am I?
Being preoccupied with other things.
Well, I have asked you. You have asked me to be friends, and I haven't even returned it. But now I can go and check. Let's go. And I have to.
I just put it up before the live went live.
Okay. Oh, one of them. Okay, now I understand. Oh, you have one of them big turners that's good for bowls, I guess.
Oh yeah, mine's a big lathe, a professional, and a good fairy brought it to me.
Oh,
An
even.
anonymous good fairy.
Oh, wow. I wish I
I
had one
just
of those.
I came to my shop one day and it was sitting there with a bunch of my friends looking at it and admiring it. They
Oh,
set it up and
dear.
leveled it, and I was out doing something that was prearranged that I didn't know. I just went shopping to get a bandsaw blade with a friend that drove me.
Oh, they set you up with that?
But I don't know, I didn't know which one of them. It just said on a note on it, it's yours until you die.
Oh, that's awesome. What great friends you have.
Oh
Look at a
yeah.
picture here now. You have a really nice shop. It's
Well, I try.
big. It's
No,
gigantic.
I used to have a fantastic big one, but it cut down in size because we're trying to rearrange the garage and put new doors on it. And when that
Yeah,
happens,
but
you got to have a lot of working
is
space.
your lathe is really, really big.
Oh yeah,
It's a
it's
really
a
sturdy piece.
it's heavy
Yeah, I can see that.
because you got to take it when it was brought in the shop. Took two people to carry the bed, and the legs were one person. That's not deep enough, Jay. I just say you got some beeswax there, Jay. You can always use a little bit of wax or paraffin. Paraffin's easy, and clean the bit off first. That's only going to get hot and stick and cause more friction and smoke. Just brush it off.
I wasn't really that bothered with the smoke.
He says with a nose that sounds like it's reacted to the smoke.
You don't have a shop brush?
The mice in my shed eat them, eat the bristles.
No, I'm talking about a big brush with a handle.
Oh, okay. I most probably do. What the?
No, the only brush we've got is wire brush.
What
What
the?
are you doing,
What do you
Kat?
call that?
Yeah, a wire one would clean that off because that's only going to get hot and smoke, and you don't want to lose the temper on the bit.
Check that out. Look at that. The sap's coming out of it.
Yep. It's a gorgeous piece of wood.
I guess that's maybe what's smoking, huh?
I know from when I burned that the sap smokes an awful lot and it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, had no sap at all before, now it's leaking out of it like I put glue on it or something.
Yeah, that's
rub it in.
you.
That'll rub it in. That'll add to the look of it.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It's so sticky.
Has your lovely other half done any more pyography lately?
Maybe, hey.
She does it such good pyography.
That's gonna crystals on that one.
Oh, look
Oh.
at that. It's awesome.
Yes.
Well done, Amber. Well done. 35.
She's gonna put crystals on this one.
Even more awesome.
Yeah.
Drill and put them into it physically, or just burn them in or paint them in.
Glue them in.
Glue them.
Yeah, drill a little hole they sit in.
She was talking about a hot glue gun before, wasn't she?
Oh,
People in the
Well,
chat say you're doing it awesome, Amber. Yeah, look at that.
yeah. Steve loves it too. We ought to auction it off.
Fabulous work.
I'll just throw in one of my bowls when we send it.
Auction it up, but it's $20 starting price.
$20 starting price, she said.
Ah, that's, of course, 20 Aussie dollars. I wonder what the
Yes.
exchange rate is.
And then she has to sell them for like $500.
It's mostly about 15 US.
Yeah. But then again, shipping's going to be 4 times the bid price. And then since it's a piece of artwork, if I bought it, I'd have to pay a big tax on importing art.
Oh, okay. We won't name it art then.
Of course it's art. What else would it be?
You need
That's
to
not a
find
question you want to
something. Jay, why don't you, if you get a chance to find some wood thick enough to do a decent bowl, and then have her do make it a steep edge bowl, and then have her do the pyrography on the outside.
Yeah, we have
Come up
actually
with a
talked
pattern.
about doing that before. Yes. I got some wax.
Yeah,
Oh,
Just
Daredevil
put-
wax.
yeah. Put a little on the bit itself. That'll help it. You'll get a little scent from it, but it doesn't burn. But it'll cut the friction down.
Beeswax.
Beeswax.
It's a-
That's what I use on the thread when I stitch in leather, not to make the thread to twirl.
Yep.
Yep.
I use beeswax in the shop all the time. I got a couple of sticks of it.
It's an excellent
I buy it
material.
by the kilo.
And then you make little skeleton heads of them.
Yeah, I got silicon bulbs. And we buy our beeswax straight from the beekeeper.
Ah.
Yeah, that's the best wax you get.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where I got mine years ago, and I still got a bunch left because they gave me a nice sized block. I'll tell you, it's not bad. I use it. I cut it with my bandsaw. It kind of lubricates the blade on it.
Yeah, but it's nice to have. But to grow just roots in a plant, they're using like it looks like a old weight for an old weight weigher, like when you have the two balancing stuff, and they are the little.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bigger than that, so it's kind of small, and then you wrap newspaper paper around it to make a little pot, and then the pot dissolves in the dirt later when you replant it. So you just have to use that one, and it holds enough to make the roots, at least when you have seeds.
Yes. I've seen people actually use old newspapers, and they add a little flour and water to it, and they make a mush out of it. Like if you're going to make your own paper, you get it a little thicker than that. And then they take a couple of regular newspaper or colored paper and put it in a mold, which is basically a big muffin tin.
Like that.
And
Okay.
then, and then they let it harden, and then they put the soil in, and that's how they send out their plants.
Yeah, there's so much you can do with newspaper, actually.
Yeah.
There is because it's thin enough, and it's usually reused paper anyway, so it's.
Yep.
But because if you want to grow a lot of plants in the spring and you want to have from seeds, then it's a clever way to do it, because you can pay a fortune for all the pots you might think you need and plastic, and you can do it with that instead.
Well, the other thing I've known people to do, one of the people in our wood turning club, wife, does a lot of plants, and they go to places like McDonald's, and their beverage carriers that hold 4 cups is made out of waste paper. At least the ones here are. And they use those to plant seeds in, but they do have a little hole in the bottom of some of them, so they just take a couple of news pieces of paper, stick it in, stick the peat moss in, and put the plant in.
Yeah.
And then when they're done, they cut it apart with scissors, and that's, you got 4 different pots of McDonald's carrier that you bury, and gives it the start of the season. But that's what they use. They talked about that last year in one of our wood turning meetings. And the reason being is that the guy that was doing one of the demonstrations had made the mold, turned the mold so they could mold their own.
Yeah, but it's nice to have a garden and to, but if you grow it yourself, you can add how many plants you want to have to it. It's not going to cost you that much. Cost the dirt or soil you have to buy maybe to grow them up, unless you have your own.
Yeah, well, in Detroit's really big. People don't realize how big it is. It's in land mass. Well, in land mass, it's the second biggest city, but that's only due to a quirk. But we've always been known, we're bigger than Manhattan in New York, the island. We're the biggest city.
Yeah. Yeah, on the surface at least.
Yeah, in square miles.
Yeah.
And now, because people aren't living there, and because there's no industry, and
yeah,
it's a problem because a lot of the soil's already impregnated in lead from lead paint. The houses used to be, of course, painted with lead paint constantly, and when they tore them down, they just buried them in the basement. They'd knock it into the basement and then cover it up with dirt. And unfortunately, that contaminates the soil.
There. They come up with some mushrooms that can heal the soil from that kind of stuff.
From lead?
Actually.
Oh.
Yeah, all kind of poisonous, like even fluids, and I think even that, because they somewhat, and they are not even poisonous after they done that. It's they cleaned, maybe not lead. I don't know. It was specifically lead, but it was like poisonous stuff in the dirt, and they could put mushrooms, the mycel, or what you call it, from them to grow in the dirt, in under there. So the mushrooms are just the flowers, from the mushrooms.
Yep,
anyway.
I've heard that.
Yeah, so
Detroit,
and that can actually clean a lot.
What Detroit has done, because there's so many miles and miles of, square miles, 100 square miles or so in pieces. It seems they're 50 square miles in pieces. The problem is that they've made them into gardens, community gardens. And the city will supply you the seeds. They'll supply really the mulch free just to get you to till the land, and they'll come in with a big tractor tiller and turn it all over, and they've made really good gardens all over the city where they used to be a blight of old homes that they've taken down appropriately and not poisoned the soil from the lead.
Yeah, as long as the land is healthy, it's all good. But then some of the nature stuff, how I should put it, like trees and grass and flowers, actually helps the dirt to heal up also from some sort of poisonous stuff. Also, it's amazing what nature can do, and we're not using that ability, because usually the impression I got from America when it comes to like poisonous stuff, you have very light regulations with that, or have had in the past.
Oh yes, Yep.
People can do what they like, so with all sorts of very, very poisonous stuff. And over here, it's very, very regulated, so you can't use stuff
Well, it
like that.
has been here since
It's been banned, a lot of
the
stuff here.
since the 70s. We started with our Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, and they have been becoming very strict. But the states had their own EPAs then, and then finally there was a federal one put together. Michigan, because of we have more fresh water in the
Yeah, you have a
world.
lot of.
Other than the only place that has more fresh water than Michigan does, not only in its lakes, Great Lakes, and inside the state, in all of its smaller lakes and miles of streams and rivers. The only thing that's got more fresh water is the ocean that's underneath Antarctica, the one Russia drilled into illegally. But
Yeah, that's also not
the
so
biggest
funny.
freshwater ocean ever we've known about it, and there was an agreement nobody would contaminate it, but they didn't follow it.
They
But
do
they
claim
put cameras
that
down, and there's some funny looking things growing down there. Things that
they claim
man's
you can
never
drink the
seen.
water anywhere in Stockholm. You can take a cup and drip it in and drink it anywhere. But they don't recommend it also because there's so many boats and stuff. So there's probably a bit much diesel particles and stuff in it that you wouldn't like. But we have it's clean enough to the salmons to pass here in between when they're going out to the Baltic Sea again and stuff like that. So, because it's fresh water on one side, and on the other side we have the brackish water, because Baltic Sea is brackish. So we don't have salt water here. We just have brackish. But our freshwater lake is yeah. We have a big lake that supplies all of Stockholm's with water, and it's the same water. Actually, but it's moving water, so it's not never standing still, because you have locks on the way out to the Baltic Sea. So, because the side of the fresh water is like 1 meter higher than Baltic Sea.
Yes, I've seen that on TV. One of my favorite channels we have here is a Discovery Channel. And they're all over the world filming stuff. All their camera people and the editing and all is out of the Great Britain, Ireland, Scotland, Denmark. But they're the ones that produce most of it for our Discovery Channel. But I like it. I really get a kick out of watching that to see what the other part of the world's like.
But if you go out in the northern part of Sweden, you can, if you are like hitchhiking, not hitchhiking, but hiking up in the mountains and stuff, all the rivers up there, you can just put down your mug and drink from directly. You don't need to have any sort of water cleaning with you whatsoever. It's fully drinkable.
That was a dream of mine when I was a POW, because one of the people that was in the camp with us that was a Catholic missionary that they brought and captured as we were brought in to take care of the medical needs of other POWs, was from Sweden.
Catholic from Sweden, that was interesting.
Well, he had to pose to be a Catholic priest. And
well,
we did. There was a reason, and the reason is unique. A quick history, before Columbus stumbled on North America, that's how our history talks about it, but we now know that Columbus was a latecomer. The Chinese were here much earlier than Columbus, because we found their ships, we find their anchors off the coast. Too. Oh yes, came down, our east coast. Because way back when it was a land bridge, almost you could walk over or take a rowboat between.
Yeah, across the Alaskan side, yes.
And no, on the Atlantic side.
Even there from what to over passing
There-
Greenland, Canada, and up there in the northern parts, you mean?
Well, no, not that high up. It it hit Greenland, and it goes back to pre-biblical times. And if you look, you can see, because the oceans have risen tremendously over the years, over the centuries. And when they did ocean scanning, there's this big, what do they call it? Where the plates, the tectonic plates meet and collide, and there's the big vault under the ground. The name's slipping my memory. But
Yeah,
there's
mine too at the moment because I don't use that.
yeah, but
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
yeah, but I
there's-
always thought it was on the other side because there's so much. Because
Oh, yes.
Iceland have never been in touch with other, like they so far up in the north, so it couldn't be. So if you go much more further down, then you're down at Norway and Greenland and that kind of.
Oh,
So
yes,
that's why I always
it
think
was Norway. Yeah, yeah.
Then
They
I
had
always think it was on the other side.
there was a connection at one time,
Yeah,
but it had
yeah.
a big it had a gap, but there was still reasonable because that's where the Vikings followed the small islands that were there and came around under Greenland and then came around the eastern
Yeah.
seaboard, because we got evidence that we found that has been buried and time date stamped and carbon-14 tested to where they even know what mine the stuff is that they had found buried. But it's interesting how the people have traveled, and the Chinese traveled. The Chinese were in the Bahama Islands in Bimini.
Yeah, they've really gone over the open seas, haven't they?
Oh yeah, but this was well before Columbus or anybody else, and people kept saying no, no, no. Well, there's no proof of it. Well, they have found some of their circular, very typical circular anchors, stone circles with a hole in the middle. That's a type of Chinese anchor. They're off of the coast of Southern California, even Oregon. They found them in the ocean. They found a Chinese junk in one of the rivers in Oregon, Washington, just on one of the old inlets they found, and now they're excavating it. But the Chinese
I would
are
imagine
everywhere.
they traveled a bit up north there to have a smaller crossing over the open sea.
Yeah, and the thing is people keep saying no, 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 but here in the Bahamas, in Bimini, they have found radioactive rocks, a lot of radioactive pebbles and rocks and stuff, and they didn't know what all this was for, and this was about 15 years ago. But there's a unique thing. Any piece of radioactive ore, you can trace it very uniquely back to the mine it came from.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. They're all different. And the stuff that they found in the Bimini as ballast came from China, northeastern China.
I wonder if it made them sick by then to have it there to radiate on them.
I don't know. A lot of that stuff and records were destroyed intentionally by their monarchy. But we know they're there because we find the ore, and there's no way that ore could have got there, period.
Yeah. Yeah, but then the lifespan of a human was shorter back then, so they would probably not have time to get sick before they died anyway.
Yeah,
you have to consider that, because if you got like 50 years old back then, you would have been really, really old.
Yeah.
In the terms of because you worked in a different way and all that sort of stuff. So
didn't have the nutrition and
Hello, Scott.
Yeah,
for sure. They would have but that's all.
Hey, Scott.
That's all interesting stuff that happened how they traveled and how they have to reclaim the maps that. Oh my God! It looks a bit like my cat, except for the white tip. Oh, he was pretty. So cute. You almost made a pot there now.
Oh, Hodgepodge is in too. Hi.
Hi, Hodge and Harry. Nice bowl you made the last time. I just seen it on a picture so far.
Oh, did you find my Facebook page?
Oh, yes. Yes, I looked. Oh,
You
I
saw
meant Hodge,
you,
though.
yeah. Oh, you saw the bowl. You saw the immersion bowl.
Yes,
That's what I was
the
talking about.
dangerous
How you
one.
going, Rob?
Oh yeah, it's a knuckle
Uh,
buster.
yeah. It is. I wouldn't even try
Oh,
to
yeah.
do that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. And here comes the cat.
The cats are talking to each other, aren't
Well,
they?
mine just wanted my attention. He wanted to play with something. He thinks I'm a bad mommy. Doesn't play with him. Are you gonna have some alcohol again?
He's decided to sit in the shed with me today.
Yeah, maybe it's cool enough there.
Yeah, I got a fan blowing on me.
Yeah, he likes it there.
He's not a fan hog or anything, is he?
Oh, you have it out. Aren't you blowing in the hot air with that fan?
No. If I have it in here, it just blows all the sawdust around, and it's like a sawdust cyclone
Oh yeah, of course it will.
that I can't seem to
Oh.
get away.
You're hitting the bottle again. I see.
Yeah, I've got to have a little bit every live.
He gets so jealous of my vodka, so he wanna have that.
Yeah.
I better have
Cheap.
some.
I can get it from the hardware store, you see.
I get mine from the tap.
Your vodka? You get vodka from the tap? Wow, that's pretty cool.
What else do you think I do?
I'm coming to your country.
Well, you have to go to Russia for that, and not Sweden.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's what I just used, all right?
Diggery-doos.
Diggers.
I knew a German guy once. He was playing didgeridoo even on the vacuum cleaning handle, the big metal pipe.
No, it's fine.
He was like, "Oh, you can do it on everything, even the one that bends from the vacuum cleaner." What are you looking at? Are you
Have a
giving
break.
me the ass? Hello, baby.
Oh, a paid announcement.
Yeah. I don't
Are
know
you
where
gonna
that
like
came
it?
I'd like to get some of the microfine, but I gotta wait till after Christmas.
Yep.
Or maybe Black Friday, like everybody else want to do a big shopping on Friday.
No, I got to wait till after Christmas too. My money's slightly tied up.
Yeah. But on my bowl, I was using that. When you see it, you'll understand why I had trouble. I kept getting my fingers clipped from the wings on the bowl.
You've got moderator rights, Dr. Bob, so you can open up the YouTube chat and you can put in your Facebook link if you want. This Friday I won't be doing a live, and I won't be available if anyone needs to talk or wants to talk, all right? And I might not be available Saturday either, so we'll just see how things go.
Oh, what you up to then?
It's not good news, put it that way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we
Not
don't
medical
need to know.
problems.
Now my dog that barks at fresh air. He's been scheduled to go nights on Friday, so I don't really think I'll be in the mood to be chatting to anybody.
No, I understand that.
And he's 15, so he's been around a while. In dog years.
It's yeah, it's gonna be worrisome time for you all that weekend.
Yeah.
But but some people say mourning, you can mourn with friends by being happy and doing things that you enjoy doing, and then sharing the problems with them, in talk and whatever.
Yeah.
Instead of just sitting in the corner. That's called moping. It turns into moping. Mourning to moping to depression.
I think the first day I'll be spending it with Amber, just because it's her first dog, and so she's slightly a little bit more attached than I am. I don't think she'll be out of 3 or 4 days at least.
Giving support.
The important stuff is that you do what you need to do for you and your family in that case.
Yeah.
So that is the important stuff.
And I think the worst part about this whole thing is that, I mean, we want to bury him in our backyard. We don't want to get him cremated. We'd rather keep him with us. And so I've spent, like me and Amber have been spending the last 3 or 4 days digging his where he's going to be.
Yeah. How big a dog?
Hello there, dark matter.
So it's not fun having to dig that, that's for sure.
No, it's not. I had to put my first cat to sleep.
We had to put a dog to sleep about 5 years ago, and I'm still regretting it.
Yeah, mourning is important. You just don't want to have mourning turned into depression.
Yeah. No, I know. We had a food charity we were running at the time, so we just sunk ourselves into that a bit more.
And really, it's only my opinion, but a bunch of shrinks that work with people with PTSD is make it a celebration, not mourning, a celebration of life. What they did, things that you did with them. And do you remember the time he peed on your mother's carpet and then we tried to hide it? Whatever. Yep. That's more important to remember the positive stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I won't get caught in that trap, but Amber will if I don't pull her out of it.
Yep. So have a bunch of memories. If you got a bunch of pictures that you've taken, have them handy. Don't say, let me go look them up. Ahead of time, get them ready.
Yeah, no, it's got them all on her phone and stuff, so it's easy to get to.
Because we can get attached more to pets than we do people at times.
Yeah, well, I can't have kids, so they pretty much are our kids. Oh well.
Well, if you had money, they could do it. It's called DNA.
Yeah. No, there's no fixing my DNA. Mine was corrupted before I was even born. The gene that I've got, it's called it's Klinefelter's is the syndrome that I've got, and that's actually passed down from my grandma, and it's just in my mother. It doesn't actually affect her in any way. So it's an odd one, that's for sure.
Yes. I knew a person I served with in Nam that had that snuck in because that wasn't something they tested for, but he had to go in and enlist, and him and his kid brother did it together.
Yeah,
And then another,
the doctors told me they don't normally find it until you're in your 60s anyway, but it's because we were trying to have kids and wondering why nothing was happening.
but something I find I can't because of the torture I had as a vet. You just don't use a cattle prod in some parts of a person's body and expect it to work.
Yes.
Is the fact that adopting is when you make the choice to take on somebody else's kid that they couldn't, whether it be whatever it might be. And that I think can be more rewarding because I've raised, oh heavens, 5 foster kids.
Yep. Certain things happened in Amber's side of the family that forbid us from getting it forever doing that.
Well, you got your lathe.
Yeah, that's right. And some very generous people.
Yeah. Is that a train going by?
No, that's the fence, the corrugated plastic fence that I've got separating where my dog walks around to where my flowers are, because otherwise we wouldn't have any flowers.
Yeah. Have they got the electric train in yet and running?
No, there's no public transport here at the moment because of that bit of a COVID scare they had. So no, there's no work being done on it at the moment at all. They've just got the main poles that hold the wires up. Because I'm about halfway down the northern line from Adelaide city itself. So they've still got all the way down to the other end of the line to do before they can put the wires and stuff in. And that's another 40 kilometres at least.
Hey, John C.
How you going, John? I stopped into your live today to have a bit of a nosy, but I didn't stay long because I was busy.
No, he was in working on his production. He's got to get a bunch of lamps out for a customer before he takes off to a wedding. And then something came up with a customer, so he dropped out about an hour ago.
I was busy. I was on my way out and I noticed that you had a live going, so I checked it out for a split second. Was that a bear that you were cutting out? I couldn't quite make out what it was. And yeah, like I said, I didn't stay very long. So. It's my walnut shine juice.
Just don't forget to put a drain hole in the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to do that at the end. Oh yeah, I was wondering what was on the back of it. Did you finish it? Why? Oh, nice. The only difference, Doc, is I don't use linseed oil. That's the only difference. Boiled linseed oil, whatever, you know.
Robo wants to be let in again.
All right, tell him I'm just changing gears on my lathe. In where? Oh, there you go. Hi.
Good afternoon. And good afternoon to all those that have joined since I had to nick off for a little while.
Would you nick off?
My wife needed some help, so
Yeah.
when wife wants help, you go and do it.
Yes. That's right, exactly.
Thank you, Steve. Dark. Eva. Would if I could. Haven't you finished that yet, Jay?
Hollowing took a while.
Oh, yeah.
Unlike some, Robbo, I've got the luxury of taking my time.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's one thing that, and no derogatory meant. That's one thing hobbyists have got that I don't have is a heap of time to do things.
Ooh. I see an insult in there.
Oh, yeah. Geez, Dark, I'll come down the microphone and give you a slap.
That would be quite a thing. Turn a pen on your 40-foot lathe.
Well, believe it or not, we have done fake pencils on the big lathe for a kindergarten. Like they were 20 feet tall, 6 meters long.
Yeah, room decoration.
Playground decoration, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've often thought while I had a flag file or something in there, just drilling a 316 hole in the end and putting a big pen bit in there and say, look, I've done the pen, okay?
Well, do two and make them a cross and put them over your shop door.
Yeah.
One pen, one pencil. We turn anything. Architectural and art turning.
It only becomes art if I make a mistake. Your cat's probably turned off the sound, Eva. Jay, why don't you drill a hole through the bottom before you part it off?
Because I was going to drill the hole on an angle when I'm
Okay.
finished.
All right, okay, no, that's fine.
Ah, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Oh,
You're
yes.
back.
Yay! I solved the problem, but I didn't touch it.
What's Bailey on about?
Later, so I still want one, but I built a customer stand without it. Too short.
I was
So what
trying to
was the
ask.
problem?
It must have been me because it was the microphone were all suddenly set to off, but I didn't touch that button, so that's a mystery. Apparently, I did, so because the cat can't do it. So
You trying to blame me, Eva, right?
no, 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 it must have been me, but I have no recollection of doing that. So
Stop hitting the vodka.
but I was trying to ask you, Jay, are you going to put soil inside of that pot, or are you going to have a pot inside it?
Say that again.
Are you going to put soil directly into that pot?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's just to go to its forever home, and then the plant can get taken out and put in the ground or
but
something.
wasn't you overdoing it when you kind of sand it and making it shiny inside?
No, I only made it on shiny on the top.
Okay, I thought I saw you sand it at least inside.
I'll put a little bit of Yorkshire in there, but the plant will be alright. It's not going to stay in there long enough to get affected by it.
Oh, that's not the worried stuff. I'm not worried about the plant getting destroyed from it. I was just teasing you that it's a bit. You work. Oh, shut up! I don't know what I'm saying. I lost it. I lost words. How did that even
Tripping over your
happen?
own tongue.
Ah, I had some more vodka. That's better.
Geez,
Well,
Dark,
it's not vodka.
you're doing a furniture piece or a bloody functional piece to hold the lathe up.
It's going to be a nice pot either way.
Yeah. All my lathes sit on plywood, like 3/4 inch plywood on bench tops.
Is it a hotel that ordered all them lamps from you, Rubber, or something?
No, it's just a customer I deal with. She actually sells lampshades. She does lampshades, but she supplies a lot of shops with them. So I finished 100 last week, and I've got another 100 to do this week before I deliver them on Wednesday. I've got 15 stems left to do. All the bases have been done, so I've got all them finished.
That's
I'm just
nice.
slacking off at the moment.
But that's nice with the extra income, perhaps. So that's the normal, maybe, work you do, kind of like.
Yeah.
Do you need a new lathe stand, Dark?
You going to French polish it as well, Dark?
Oh, was that?
I was asking Dark. Dark's building a new bench top for his lathe. He's going to use a walnut or that sort of thing as an inch thick slab, and I was just wondering whether he was going to French polish it as well.
Yeah.
French polishing. Is that something extra nice or what, Dark?
About 3 people spoke at once, I think. But,
Oh, there's a super echo.
Yeah, I know. French polish is something that is so time consuming, but the finish is absolutely fantastic.
I'll finish now.
So it's a fancy polish, Dark.
Yes.
Oh, is it hand rub, Dark? Aha.
No, it's hand rubbed shellac, actually. A beautiful finish, but not very durable for some furniture. Friend of mine, French polished his.
Very exciting, Dark. Very, very, very exciting.
Friend of mine built his wife a dressing table, and he French polished it for her. Bloody beautiful. It was out of walnut, all burr walnut and everything. She used it once and accidentally spilled some perfume on it, and it ruined it in no time flat.
Oh, bummer. I think someone drilled a hole or two into that. Oh, you dirty man.
I made it start there, and then it goes in on an angle and pops out there. I don't know if you can see that. Can't see that. Ha ha.
It's a pot, Dark. It's a pot to grow. He was talking of growing some plants. So it's an actual pot.
Yes, let water drain out, Dark.
Yeah. Now I only need to make another 7 more. I feel like I'm getting into production work here by mistake, you know.
Making pots with holes in.
And making 7 or 8 of them. and all the finials I did before that.
But in the end, that's not going to be enough. 7 or 8 plants of something is nothing.
Oh.
Nah. You want one?
Oh yeah, Dark. That would have been a smoking pipe from somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know what you plan on using, plan on putting in that. If you're going to use that as your chamber for your smoking pipe, but damn, dude.
That's a gigantic pipe.
Need 2 ounces of tobacco in it.
You'd need 2 hands to put tobacco in it. I just go and snap something off a branch and put it in there.
Oh, Dark, you were sailing in your own world, I think.
I was just trying to show that knot a bit better. Bloody camera's not in the light. That'll work, won't it?
Yeah, they need to sustain the fire inside or the glow.
Hey?
Oh, we are
Sanded it
doing
in.
pipe still. Yeah, it looks nice, but you did burn it a bit.
A little bit on the
The
inside. I
walls.
sanded most of that off.
The walls would need to be a bit thicker, I tell you.
At least if it's going to be a pine. Isn't pipe supposed to be made of some leaf trees, some hard leaf?
Always got something to whinge about that guy, I tell you. Just say it looks bloody nice, will you?
It looks bloody nice, okay? Yay! Yay, you have done a marvelous pot. I would love to have that pot too.
Robbo knows, he goes, this would be Robbo, he goes, whatever, I spit that out of the floor and make it with my own, with the shavings on the floor.
No. You didn't see me do cartwheels down the workshop, okay?
Julie?
That's the, we want to see it. All of us want to see you do the cartwheeling in the shop, yeah.
No, you don't want to see that.
50 years ago, maybe.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah, and the knot actually did a very nice feature to it.
Yeah.
Are you still awake, Dr. Rob, by the way?
No, I think he's crashed out.
He's probably gone to sleep.
You! Dr. Bob! Avon calling!
Avon, yeah, sure. I'm just reading. No, I got some text here, a message in from a friend of mine.
Oh, so
It
that's
really-
what you sink into.
It really
Yeah.
looked like you're asleep, Dr. Bob.
No, I'm just reading a text message.
No, Dark, nobody else just have the energy to write anything. It looks like when I'm in the chat, you have words that want to come out, so you just say them. And nobody else talks.
That's all right, Doc. That's fine.
But we love you,
everyone.
Dark.
Don't worry about everyone else. If they want to leave, that's their problem. Or if they want to be lurkers and sit in the background and not say anything, then that's them too. You see?
Yeah, well, they got to be lurkers too, otherwise it's not YouTube.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was a lurker on John's page live today.
Yeah. Are you actually scrolling, John, for once?
Scrolling.
Yeah, he's a scroll sore.
Yeah, no, I watched a little bit of it today. Young lady.
Oh, you're calling me a young lady?
Yeah.
Oh, ain't you sweet, Jay? Thank you so much.
Ah, those hypnotic eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
No, she's a double S. Double S, a sexy Swede.
Well, the Swede have to be sexy first. I don't know what your criteria are for sexy, Robbo. I just have to say that. But okay. Well,
Different
it's
folks,
personal
different
preferences.
Yeah.
It's soon time to have more coffee.
Yeah, it is.
I
You better.
just finished. I just
I
finished a
got
cup of
what's left
tea.
of
So.
mine.
Everybody in America has such big cups or mugs for coffee and drinks. They are so big. They are so huge. Everything is so big. And
Well,
this
I
is a
take,
really big glass in Sweden, but it's not that big because it's so thick. But it's cold, so I can't drink that now.
well, mine's a thermal cup, so the top on it and all, it's got thick walls to keep the coffee hot.
Yeah, but I tried to get one of those, but it can only hold like 200 milliliters, and that's so little. That's not even worth calling a mug.
Yeah.
We just have
Right.
baby size of those. It's not fair.
Dark. Have I got a doppelganger on YouTube? Have I that does pens?
Oh, you went to the wrong robo then. It's easy to tell when you come to the right robo. Then you would see a lathe that's very, 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 very long.
I know. I need too many cameras to get it on camera.
Well, if there is a tour on your shop, then they will see it. I always forget the name on it, but that's okay.
Henry.
Oh, it's like the beaver. It's like Hodge. There's a lot of Henrys here.
I'm glad you put Hodge on the end of that.
Henry Hodge. Hodge Henry.
Yeah. Beaver.
Mr. Beaver. Okay, I stopped talking about beaver now because you're going to misinterpret everything I say about it anyway.
Well, for people my age, that was a very popular TV show. Leave It to Beaver.
Leave It to Beaver. Yep.
Yep.
Leave It to Beaver. It was a great show, actually.
Yeah. And the laws at the time when they filmed it were really interesting. Like they'd show the father and mother in bed talking at night. Well, they were in twin beds because they had to be by law, even though they were married. If they were on camera, had to be in twin bed. And they also had to have 1 foot on the floor.
That's right, 1 foot on the floor. Make sure there was no hanky-panky.
Oh, dear.
That was the 50s.
The McCarthy era.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was, it was way different back then. I wasn't even thinking about them. Not that old.
Well,
I
they
just
were the
popped
first.
out in the late 60s.
If they were the first to do stuff shot in the bedroom, and it took them quite a while with hearings even to see how they could actually do something in bed. And they would sit up and talk. All they could do if they were going to go to sleep is to say they're going to sleep, turn out the light and turn over, and that was the cut.
Oh,
But they
dear.
were separate beds. Oh, yeah, McCarthyism. Yeah, my mother and grandmother were voices on the radio back in the golden age of radio. They were bit players.
Oh, you've seen that, Steve. Actually, I don't know how long you're going to stay here, Jay.
Not much longer, maybe another 5 minutes or something.
Yeah, because I need to go to the ladies' room and I need some more coffee. Actually. So I don't know if you're back when I'm back. If you're not, I'm saying bye-bye to everybody now and see you later.
All right.
And if
Who
you're
what?
still here,
Thanks for coming in.
oh, thanks for having me. Oh, Queen wave. I forgot. I have to do the Queen wave.
Yeah. The royal wave.
Yes. see you
Like
in a
you're
bit,
patting,
maybe.
like you're patting the cat.
Oh yes. No, but it has to go sideways. Haven't you seen the pictures? She does that
Yes.
with a. No, I can't do that.
There's a robot.
I can do it like this. Now you all will fall asleep.
You've hypnotized.
Yes. Okay. But yeah. Anyway, if you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. See you in a bit.
Yeah, I heard the same thing about the guy that played Eddie on one of the TV shows here, the pseudo news, but I think it was online. They did several of the other things that he did, and it was a nice memorial. Old Eddie Haskell.
Yeah, they're all falling off the tree, all of them. Is Eva gone or not?
No, she's just
Yeah.
gone to the girls' room.
What was your favorite show when you were a kid, Robo?
I don't know. I used to like MacGyver, but I wasn't a kid then either. I was in my 20s by then, or nearly 30s, I suppose.
Yeah.
But MacGyver, my brothers reckon that I'm MacGyver because I just solve problems so easily in most cases. That was my nickname for a long time by then.
Well, up till the COVID, they had the new MacGyver doing pretty good on TV here.
Yeah, I watched about 2 episodes of that, and no, not the same as the old MacGyver. And in
No, I
fact,
didn't like the new one.
Ever since I've been 8 years old, I've always had a Swiss Army knife. Always.
Yeah, I don't know when it was I got mine. I still have it in my dresser. It was a rite of passage.
I've been known to go out without, and I've had to buy one in a shop because I just feel uncomfortable without it in my right pocket.
Yeah, in my family, it was kind of a thing that you got when you got a certain age and could earn it, know how to use one, and that, my dad, we'd go out fishing or whatever, and you'd whittle sticks and stuff, but learn all the safety to go with it and how to sharpen it. But it always went back in his tackle box. Yeah, I forget when it was he finally gave it to me, and he said, "Son, I know you're going to handle it safely, and now you can carry it." And I drew a foot.
All right,
That was one of those honors.
I'm going to knock it on the head.
Okay, catch you tomorrow.
Well, you've been going for 2 hours.
Yep.
All right, see
Thanks
you
for
later,
coming
Jake.
in.
Yep.
All right, see you later.